Bore the silent song of the new earth. Quantum opening breath rises like a tide of silver light. Attention steadies like a mountain that remembers the sea. Intention burns gentle and constant, like a candle in the heart of night. Reality listens. The field responds. The fabric of your life arranges itself around the quiet power of coherence. The new earth unfurls from within, petal by petal, as you return your awareness to its original music. Your mind becomes the laboratory, your body becomes the altar, your soul becomes the compass. The path appears with each step, and each step is already home. Section 1. Deep View. Archetypes of a Living Dawn. A new cycle breathes through humanity, not as a spectacle, but as a subtle change in the rhythm of ordinary moments. A sip of water turns luminous. A conversation opens a window of truth. A single act of kindness edits the timeline of a whole lineage. This is how the new earth speaks, not in thunder, but in alignment. Inside this emergence, ancient archetypes awaken and move into their rightful seats within you. Each carries a key that unlocks a fountain of power. The calm warrior stands without strain. Courage turns into clarity. Defense softens into presence. Action flows from deep center. The bridge weaver connects worlds, science and spirit, ancestry and innovation, grief and celebration. Nothing is left out. Everything is integrated. The innocent child restores wonder. Play becomes a sacred technology. Curiosity becomes a portal. Joy returns as a serious force for healing. The sky sage sees patterns in the storm. Perspective expands. Priorities align. Simplicity reveals a hidden wealth. The tender lover practices fierce compassion. Touch, word, and gaze become instruments of repair. Love is the operating system, not a decorative theme. The creator of paths. Births form from frequency. Vision, value, and voice crystallize into offerings that nourish others. The guardian of gates tends boundaries as sacred rivers. Yes means yes, no means no. Integrity becomes circulation. The new earth grows wherever these archetypes cooperate within one body. Your body, your voice, your calendar, your money, your silence, your celebration. The field recognizes coherence and gives it wind. Arcturian engineers of light broadcast geometric templates that stabilize your subtle architecture. Pleiadian kin sing crystalline lullabies that soothe ancestral static. Andromedan watchers hold spacious horizons so that your choices mature without pressure. Seraphic currents braid gold into your aura whenever you choose reverence over reaction. The masters of compassion stand nearby, not above, and mirror your original face. All of them speak one message. Coherence is destiny. Oresea Niceales, Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. The new earth is not an escape from biology, it is biology upgraded by meaning. The nervous system learns to feel safe in wider ranges of aliveness. The brain edits its maps. Culture becomes neuroplastic. Transpersonal psychology names the doorway that opens beyond the personal narrative while honoring it. Non-ordinary states disclose ordinary truths. Unity, sacredness, and purpose are not fantasies. They are native modes of consciousness that become stable through practice. Peak states are not the point. Integration is the point. The mountain reveals its view, and then the village receives its water. Humanistic psychology insists that dignity and self-actualization are not luxuries. They are prerequisites for mature communities. Authenticity regulates the psyche better than repression. Unconditional positive regard repairs the early fractures where shame first nested. Values become vectors. Choice becomes craft. Mind and brain, practical notes. Neuroplasticity responds to repetition with emotion. Pair new choices with gentle intensity. Attention sculpts perception. What you repeatedly track becomes your world. Interoception trains trust. Feeling subtle sensations quietly turns fear into information. Coherence between breath, heart rhythm, and intention improves executive function, intuition, and relational ease. A small laboratory of practice. 5 minutes of coherent breathing recalibrates stress loops. Inhale for a count that your body enjoys. Exhale for the same count or one count longer. Let the heart imagine a steady glow in the center of the chest. 90 seconds of somatic naming turns turbulence into traction. Name sensations with simple words: warm, tight, wide, damp, sparkly. The amygdala receives proof of safety when experience is labeled with presence. 2 minutes of value recall strengthens identity integrity. Whisper 3 core values and remember one lived example from the last week for each. Identity becomes embodied, not abstract. The new earth uses these principles not to bypass pain, but to metabolize it. Feeling becomes a bridge. Choice becomes a song. Systems become kinder because individuals become coherent. DESI, Section 3. Applied Biodecoding. When the body speaks in symbols, the body carries stories that words never held. Every symptom is a sentence in the biography of the nervous system and the soul. Biodecoding does not blame, it listens. It translates emotional logic into biological poetry and then invites release. Symbolic correspondences and suggested liberations. Throat and jaw. Repressed truth, interrupted boundaries, collapsed voice. Liberation. Slow humming through closed lips for 3 minutes daily. Hand on throat with a warm washcloth. Whisper a single sentence that expresses a boundary. Speak it later in simple language. Lungs and upper back. Grief not given a long enough river. Liberation. Place one palm on sternum, the other between shoulder blades. Breathe as if embracing from both sides. Exhale with a sigh. Allow tears without storyline. Gratitude for who or what remains. Liver and right rib cage. Heat of righteous anger, exiled assertion, unprocessed injustice. Liberation, shaking practice for 2 minutes. Then write one action within your control. Execute it within 24 hours. Gut and lower abdomen. Survival alarm, foreshadowing, vigilance that never rests. Liberation, rock the pelvis gently while seated. Murmur a low vowel sound. Eat one grounding meal slowly. Turn off devices while chewing. Knees and feet. Flexibility, direction, and trust in ground. Liberation, slow walking meditation. Feel heel, arch, toe. Let the earth carry part of your story. Skin, boundaries, contact, and invisibility. Liberation, self-oil massage with mindful touch. State aloud 3 permissions. More space, more rest, more sunlight. 3-stage release choreography. 1. Acknowledge. Name the emotional climate and the life situation linked to the body zone. Speak it once, clearly. 2. Alchemize. Offer the sensation direct breath, warmth, and rhythmic movement. Let sound vibrate through the tissue. 3. Act. Translate the message into one behavior that changes the relational equation. Choose a specific low-friction step. Align calendar and body. The body is loyal to your last clear instruction. When you honor its language, symptoms often soften, and sometimes they bow out entirely because their job is complete. Nanasika Section 4. Quantum NLP Tools. Rewriting the Inner Code. Language organizes reality. Imagery compiles it. State powers it. NLP becomes quantum when guided by soul values and somatic honesty. Use these protocols as living scripts. Speak slowly. Breathe between lines. Let images become tactile. 4.1 Outcome Sculpture. State the desired outcome in sensory language. What you see, hear, and feel when it is true. Keep it present, tense, and embodied. Name the ecology. Integrity with values. Benefit for self and others. Sustainability in time. Choose a context anchor. A gesture, a word, a subtle breath pattern. This will be the on switch. Mentally rehearse one micro scene that would naturally occur when the outcome is already alive in your life. See it, hear it, feel it. Step in and live it for 30 seconds. Na da da da. 4.2 State anchoring. Elicit a resource state from memory. Grounded joy, lucid confidence, sacred tenderness. Intensify for 10 to 15 seconds using breath and posture. Install the anchor by pairing the chosen gesture or word with the peak moment. Break state by looking around the room and naming 3 neutral objects. Test gently. Fire the anchor and notice the quickening of the resource. Adjust intensity with breath and attention. Udaris. 4.3 Identity Swish. Identify a trigger image that usually precedes an unhelpful habit. Notice the frame, distance, and brightness. Create a target identity image that radiates your preferred self in that same context. Confident, kind, boundaried, creative. Make it bright, close, and compelling. Swish 5 to 7 times. Send the trigger image small and dim into a corner while the target image rushes in, bright and near, with a soft, audible exhale. Future pace with one realistic scenario this week. Fire the anchor as you imagine stepping through with the target identity online. 4.4 Belief Reimprint. Surface the limiting belief as a simple sentence. Keep it short. Find the counterexample that already lives in your history. One time that contradicts the sentence. Build a bridge belief that feels true now. For example, I am learning to, I am willing to, I am becoming. Weave imagery, voice tone, and body posture that match the bridge belief. Practice twice daily for 1 minute. 4.5 Timeline Softening. Float above a memory while keeping the body resourced in the present. Observe with compassion. Drop a golden thread from your current heart into your past self within the scene. Send breath, warmth, and permission. Watch one detail shift towards safety. Color drains from fear. A door opens. A supportive figure arrives. Return to now and encode the gain with an anchor. Walk with the upgrade active. These tools are respectful. They do not force change. They invite it. The field loves choices that honor nervous system capacity. The soul loves choices that honor values. Coherence arises when both are present. Section 5. Spiritual Perspective and Christ Consciousness. Love is the constant. Christ consciousness is the living geometry of unity that turns love into behavior. It is not owned by any religion. It is the memory of the whole moving through a single life with clarity, courage, and tenderness. From this altitude, forgiveness becomes advanced hygiene, compassion becomes intelligent policy, generosity becomes sensible design. The one looks through your eyes and recognizes itself everywhere. This recognition melts the illusion of separation without destroying uniqueness. Diversity becomes harmony instead of conflict. The Buddhist teaching on emptiness whispers a compatible wisdom. Form is open. Identity is spacious. Thoughts arise and dissolve like reflections on a lake. Nothing needs to stick. Everything can belong. In this vastness, action becomes precise, not passive. Emptiness carries tools. When unity and emptiness embrace, a human life turns into a sanctuary. You love with boundaries. You act with humility. You organize your days around what nourishes collective life. You let the heart remain soft without letting the spine collapse. A short contemplative weave. Sit upright. Hands rest palm over palm at the heart. Breathe in as if the whole world breathes with you. Breathe out as if relief travels to every being. Whisper, I stand in unity. I move in compassion. I create in service. Allow the crown of the head to feel slightly luminous. Allow the soles of the feet to feel warmly grounded. This is sky and earth meeting in one body. Arcturian mentors stabilize the geometry. Pleiadian sisters tune the music. Andromedan guardians widen the horizon. Seraphic choirs tend the flame. The masters do not demand performance. They invite sincerity. The Christic current activates through ordinary kindness repeated over time. Osha Section 6 Daily Integrative Ritual, the 21-minute triune practice. This ritual stitches mind, body, and spirit into one fabric. Use it daily, preferably at the same time. Adjust duration to your life. Keep the order. Minute 1 to 5. Coherent breath and heart light. Sit or stand with lengthened spine. Inhale through the nose for 4 to 6 counts. Exhale for the same count or one longer. Imagine a soft light in the center of the chest. With each exhale, let the light widen a little. Whisper, I am coherent. I am kind. I am clear. Minute 6 to 10. Somatic sweep and shake. Scan from crown to soles. Notice sensations. Name them softly. Warm, tight, open. Shake arms and legs for 60 to 90 seconds. Let small sounds release through the throat. End with palms over lower belly. Feel weight. Feel ground. Minute 11 to 15. Quantum NLP encoding. State one outcome for the day. In present tense, sensory-rich language. Fire your resource anchor and rehearse a 30-second micro scene in which the outcome is already in motion. Install a gesture or word as the day's recall switch. Touch 2 fingers, tap the heart, or press palm to sternum. Minute 16 to 18. Christic compassion. Place right hand on heart, left hand on navel. Breathe the phrase silently with the breath. Inhale, one life. Exhale, through this life. See one person or place bathed in gentle gold. Offer them ease without strain. Minute 19 to 21. Seal an act. Stand. Choose one simple action that expresses alignment. Send the message. Drink the water. Step into fresh air. Tidy the altar. Seal with 3 slow breaths. On the last exhale, bow your head slightly. Walk into your day carrying the resonance. Weekly. Deepening. Optional. 1 day per week, add a 45-minute session of creative service. Write, design, cook, or repair something that benefits at least one other being. Purpose matures through contribution. Lightworkers, applied examples, 3 life arenas, upgraded by coherence. Health. The breath practice softens stress chemistry. The somatic sweep returns choice to the body. The liver protocol transforms anger into assertive clarity. Food becomes a relationship with ground, not a battleground for shame. Relationships. Anchored boundaries turn conflict into conversation. The bridge weaver archetype helps speak needs without performance. The Christic current keeps the heart open while the guardian of gates protects the flow. Work and service. Outcome sculpting makes priorities visible. Belief re-imprinting removes hidden breaks. Generosity and excellence form a spiral that attracts opportunities aligned with soul values. Profit becomes a measure of value delivered, not a substitute for meaning. Canon pocket tools and micro rituals. 2 breath reset. 1 clearing sigh. 1 coherent inhale and exhale. Continue speaking or moving from center. 5-word truth. Distill a complex feeling into 5 words, delivered slowly. This invites intimacy without flooding the room. Mirror blessing. 1 minute each morning, hand on heart. I treat myself like someone I love. Boundary bell. Imagine a ring of soft light at arm's length around you. Expand it when you feel porous, narrow it when you feel crowded. Gratitude, ledger. Write 3 specific thank yous nightly. Precision beats volume. The nervous system trusts details. Tarita, codes, decrees, and geometry. Arcturian geometry. A cobalt octahedron spins gently 2 feet in front of your heart. It stabilizes clarity and non-reactivity. Pleiadian lattice. A crystalline flower of life rises from below the feet and meets the heart light. It refines tenderness into courage. Seraphic thread. A sun-gold filament descends through the crown. It remembers innocence without naivety. Decree of alignment. I align with coherence. I align with compassion. I align with creative service. My body is a sanctuary. My voice is a bridge. My life is a blessing in motion. Daris, sacred business of the ordinary. The new earth does not cancel errands. It consecrates them. Washing dishes becomes a meditation in warmth and gratitude. Answering messages becomes a ceremony of clarity and kindness. Earning and spending become circulations of value. Rest becomes strategic devotion. Beauty stops being an accessory and turns into a principle of organization. Your calendar becomes a spellbook. Your habits become allies. Your home becomes a small monastery for joy. The field notices when a human respects the shape of hours. The field responds with ease. Community and culture as nervous system regulation scales. 1 regulated person influences a room, 1 coherent family influences a street, 1 compassionate organization influences a city. Community care is nervous system care at scale. This is how timelines bend, not only through visions and mantras, but through accessible rituals repeated by many hearts. Host circles where silence alternates with truthful speech. Share food that respects land and lineage. Create economies that reward repair. Train leaders to feel without leaking. Teach children that their sensations are trustworthy messengers. Invite elders to carry wisdom as living libraries. The new earth requires all hands, all hearts, all stories. The Retire, integration map, 40-day arc, days 1 to 7. Breath, heart light, and somatic sweep. Keep it simple. Build trust. Days 8 to 14. Add outcome sculpting and resource anchoring, 1 outcome at a time. Days 15 to 21. Introduce belief re-imprint and identity swish. Choose gentle targets. Days 22 to 28. Fold in Christic compassion and weekly creative service. Days 29 to 40. Synthesize. Trim what feels ornamental. Protect what feels essential. Share one gift with one person weekly. Consistency becomes momentum. Momentum becomes culture. Culture becomes destiny. Narasiyandari. Closing of high vibration. Master phrase. I move as coherence. I speak as compassion. I create as service. Quantum challenge for the next 24 hours. Choose one person and deliver a micro blessing without fanfare, a sentence that heals shame, a cup of water offered with full presence, a task completed that frees someone's evening. Anchor the feeling for 10 seconds afterward. Let your body memorize the taste of quiet goodness. Activation code. AOMKAILUM. Whisper it on a single exhale. Feel crown, heart, and belly harmonize. See the cobalt octahedron before your heart glow brighter. Walk forward with the bridge weaver awake, the calm warrior at your side, the innocent child dancing somewhere inside your ribs. The silent song of the new earth continues through every breath you give it, every boundary you honor, every creation you release, and every softness you refuse to abandon. Con amor, Andrew.